Welcome. Today I'm going to share with you one of my favourite sketchbooks and how I use it. And I have two that I've used and one brand new one to show you. So we'll start with the brand new one, and I will give a link to where I got this from. I think it was Craft Stash. So it's the ring bound art journal. It says the perfect size, and it's art by Marlene. It's 19 by 25 centimeters, and it includes 10 sheets, but you could add more of smooth mixed media paper, which is quite thick. I'll show you in a moment. I'm just looking to see if it says how thick it is, but it doesn't. And this is by Studio Light. So let's get this open and get rid of that. So you can see that you've got this nice elastic band that goes around the front. That was obviously a bit of packaging, so we'll move that out of the way. So it's a 3-ring binder, and I'm hoping you can hear that. It's actually really thick paper. I'm pretty sure I read that it was 300 GSM, but it is fairly, well, when I say fairly smooth, I'm not sure if you can see any of that, but there is a very slight grain on the paper, but it is mixed media paper. But the inside is absolutely stunning. There we are on the outside, and on the back, and our elastic band goes around the front. I believe I've bought packs of the paper to go inside in the past, which is why I have got so many pages in some of mine. So I'm going to start with the first one that I bought, which was this one, which obviously has a different design by Marlene on it. Gorgeous again. There are various designs that you can find out there, but this one just has plain blue in the middle. This one must have come with this little zipper container so that you can put some of your pens or something in there anyway. That's just a spare piece of card that I put in, just so that I can test coloured pencils. So this, sorry, this is my latest one that I'm using, and this is the one that I use when I'm out and about. And I just use the one. I just use the one side. So these will all be when I've been outside plein air painting. But what I thought, and I'd forgotten to do in this one, is what I did in this one, which is completed. And this one is plain black on the outside, but on the inside it's really pretty. These are all by Studio Light, and you might be able to find them on Amazon as well. I'm not sure. I will do a bit of checking. But I started this one in 2021 and made a few notes of what I might want to use this note journal for, and some little reminders to myself. I notice, I wonder, it reminds me of pick a subject, make a collection. So different ways of using your journal there. And that was just me coming up with some. I could make a map, I could use arrows, I could do things in a sequence. I could do a bit of mind mapping, just ideas, but as it turned out, I used this quite differently. I started off by learning to use, learning to use learning to draw a bird. A bit more practice. This was the palette that I've decided to use throughout this journal, which is the Van Gogh Muted palette of, I think it's 12 colours. And that was just me swatching and doing a colour wheel. But this is really what I wanted to show more of for you, because I started by doing this picture here on the left, which kind of has a Japanesey feel to me. My inspiration, as it says there, was a twig, but then I needed some colour, so I added in some extra colour. And this was at a place called Danby Woods near me, which I've put here. It was a really cold and wintry day. It even began raining whilst I was painting this, and you can see a bit of a splodge there. This was also at Danby Woods that day, and I've started to do some haikus, and you will see as I go through little haikus on each one of them. And those of you that aren't sure about what a haiku is, it's a type of short poem or short poetry form. Started off in Japan, and traditionally it has 3 phrases, and it goes in a pattern of 5-7-5 syllables. So 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. And it usually has what they call a kigo, I think that's how you pronounce it, some kind of seasonal reference to it. So they are traditionally about nature. Yeah, an example by Matsuo Basho, I'm not sure if I'm killing that name, but there we go, is an old silent pond, a frog jumps into the pond, splash, silence again. So yeah, you might want to have a little look. They're quite quick to do and add to a sketch while you're out and about. So this one here, if I use my fingers, let's see if that's in. Yeah, so it would be ancient tree reaching, which is your 5. Then you've got stretching towards the, stretching towards the space. Well, I haven't quite done that right, but never mind. Open air breathing. Open air breathing. So I actually went a little bit wrong on that, but I don't think it matters too much. We don't have to be too particular. This one probably works out better. This was wayside bank flowers, colours heralding the spring, that's your 7, spirits lifted joy, so that's your 5. So that one is your 5-7-5 syllables. And then we've got another one here, which is of a lake at Stowe Country Park. Lakeside silver birch, sun-warmed air, dappling water, bird song sounding peace. I think they just really add to the picture that you are drawing or sketching or painting. And here we've got 2 old posts standing, waterlogged fields in sun, reeds lightly waving. So I think it really adds. And then this one here is leaning tall bird box, reaching up to the sky, birds fly home, fly by. So this is Friends Beck, which is a nature reserve near me, and so is this. Wandering pathway, arches of trees form the bank, gateway to somewhere. I haven't always referenced a particular season, but they are all nature-based. This one was in Tyrrell's Wood near me. Woodpecker knock knock, tall bare trees talking to me, wind whistling its tune. So, yeah, I won't read them all, but you can see how I've used this. Walk, talk, stop and sip. This was a cafe in Alton Broad. Time out, time still, time restore. Sit, observe, time go by. So I've kind of used this in that way, this whole sketchbook. And it's just interesting that I'd kind of completely forgotten how I was using this. Shooting, sprouting out, new green growth, forever growing, bird twitter, owl hoot. So they've all got, and when I look at these, I know exactly where I was, what was happening. This one I rather like. Sitting on the edge, Dingley Dell, blanket sunshine, me and Josh together. That's my son. So we went for a walk in Tyrrell's Wood, and we walked right to the edge of the wood, and there was farmland and what I presume is like a little farmhouse. But I quite liked the way that one came out. Then we've got Thetford Forest over here. We've got Stowe Country Park. I mean, I haven't put where I haven't labelled them. I just know where they are. Rather like looking at a photo, it just reminds me of where I was at that time. And this is a park in near Lowestoft in Pakefield. This is again on the outskirts of Tyrrell's Wood. And then this one is in the grounds of Norwich Cathedral. Norwich Cathedral, buildings tall and small in view, chiming bells peaceful. So I just thought it was a nice idea, really. And I do rather like these. They seem to be a really good size. As I said, they are 19 centimetres by 25 centimetres, and the mixed media paper that's in them seems to work really well with paint, with coloured pencils, with watercolour markers or acrylic markers. I've used all sorts of different mediums in here. So yeah, there we go. I wanted to share that with you as something new and different. I also have a package that's just well, a couple of packages that have just been delivered. This was what came in my Jackson's delivery. I ordered some Molotow One for All markers that I want to give a try, and because I have really loved the quinacridone sienna in my Daniel Smith 12 colour palette that I curated from my tubes that I have, I won't swatch this out because you've seen that. I'm using quite a lot of it as I'm starting to get into autumn, so I ordered an extra one. But I will swatch out these Molotow pens. And then this came from Etsy. And this, you know, me and my palettes. This is a palette that I ordered from inkwellinserts.com, and you can see they do some other stuff. So that's who they are on Etsy. I rather like the idea of this for some of the paintbrushes to go on. Lovely. So this has a little clip at the side. It's wooden, and then when you pull it out, it's got this ceramic mixing palette, and the idea is that it makes it easier and safer to take it out and about with you. So there we go. That is my latest palette for if I want to take something a little bit bigger, if I'm not going very far, if I'm just going in the car and I can take a bit more equipment with me, rather than going for a walk and then stopping somewhere and walking some more, where I want to take a little bit more of a lighter travel kit with me. So yes, clip to the side and opens out. So that was from Etsy. So let's have a look at these Molotow markers then. Let's get my sketch pad. So we'll get my Sea White of Brighton Plein Air 225 gram medium weight watercolour, not finished paper in A4 size. And we will see if we can just swatch out some of these colours. Let's take the elastic band off of those. I'm hoping I haven't got any duplicates, but I might have, because on Jackson's website it didn't actually tell you what colours were in the pack. So let's start with this pack of 6 pack of 6, and see what we get in here. So we'll start with our lightest colour, which is 009 Sahara Beige Pastel. Okay, I'm going to have to activate these a bit. There we go. So that is Sahara Beige Pastel. We have got number 207 Skin Pastel. So let's see what this one does. I was inspired to get these when I was watching one of Irit Landgraf's YouTube videos. That's pretty. I'm thinking that these will go over the top of watercolour. I don't think watercolour is going to go over the top of them. Right, what should we do next? We'll do this one next, which is Peach Pastel. And the number, sorry, is 117. Oh, here we go. There's our Peach Pastel. We've then got number 208 Ochre Brown Light. It's always a bit of a waiting game when you first get these and you have to wait for the ink to go down the nib. There we go, ochre brown light. We've got number 10, which is lobster. Okay. So this was a pack that I got from Jackson's. They just looked like they all went together and they were quite nice colours. There's our lobster. And our final one in this pack of 6 is number 92, hazelnut brown. There it comes. That's a nice deep dark brown. Right, so that was this set of 6. I'm not sure that it's got a name, but it does give you the colour numbers at the bottom there. So now let's have a look at the other 4 that I bought and see if we've ended up with the same. Brown light ochre, yes, which I'd already got. Never mind. What's this one called? Lobster, which I've already got. Let's hope I like those colours a lot then. This one is blue violet pastel. Here it comes. Okay, that's blue violet pastel. We've got number 20, which is Lego blue pastel. Well, that's very pretty as well. Now, I know that I do have some already. So these are the ones that I already had and decided that I needed some more. So this one is metallic light green. That's metallic light green. Let's do the other green. Now this one is the one that's got 2 ends to it. Lagoon blue. Let's use the thick end. What number is that? Lagoon blue is number 206. I'd obviously bought these for a particular thing that I was, or project that I was working on. Number 230 is shock blue. Does that end? There we go. So the ones that I'd already swatched were all 2mm. The last 2 with the 2 ends on them, one end is 1.5mm, which is the smaller end, and then the other one is 4mm, and that's the thicker end that I haven't actually used on that one yet. So this one again is going to be a 2mm, and this is metallic black. metallic black is number 223. And then this one is Signal Black, number 180. And it's the one again that's got the 1.5mm and 4mm. I haven't used the 1.5. Oh, I've used the 4mm on this one. So we'll put that there as well. So this is Signal Black. And at the moment, that is all that I have in these Molotow One for All. But I do believe that you can refill them. Yes, it says it on the back here. More information inside and online. So you can, rather than keep buying lots of new ones, you can just buy the ink, the acrylic ink to put in them, which I think is going to save the planet a little bit more than some of the other acrylic markers that I've been using. So I will bring these up for you to have a little look at. I haven't labelled them up, but I did shout them out as we went along. So, you know, if you need to check what colours were what, you can obviously quickly replay. But that is those Molotow acrylic markers. They are rather pretty. I might have to invest in a few more colours, but we'll see how well I use these first. Okay, that's it for now.